Assalamu alaikum students. I'm Miss Madhya Ehsan Sharif and today I'm here with the third lecture of English literature for class 7th. The topic for explanation is a poem that is The North Ship by Philip Larkin and it is on your book's page number 141. Let's start the topic with the recitation of the poem. I saw 3 ships go sailing by over the sea, the lifting sea, and the wind rose in the morning sky, and one was rigged for a long journey. The first ship turned towards the west, over the sea, the running sea, and by the wind was all possessed and carried to a rich country. The second ship turned towards the east, over the sea, the quaking sea, and the wind hunted it like a beast to anchor in captivity. The third ship drove towards the north, over the sea, the darkening sea, but no breath of wind came forth, and the decks shone frostily. The northern sky rose high and black over the proud, unfruitful sea. East and west the ships came back, happily or unhappily. But the third went wide and far into an unforgiving sea, under a fire-spelling star, and it was rigged for a long journey. Now let's know about the poet of the poem, that is Philip Larkin. Philip Larkin was born in 1922 and died in 1985. Was an English poet, music critic and novelist who is still very popular and respected. His poems are highly structured yet written in plain, straightforward language. Next we have is the stanza explanation. First stanza. In the first stanza, the poet sees 3 ships sailing by on the sea. It was a lifting sea, that is, waves rose high on the sea. It was morning, and the wind was blowing so the sea was full of high waves. One of the ships was fully equipped for a long journey. In the second stanza, the poet talks about the first ship, that the first ship sailed towards the west. It was a running sea. As the wind blew fast, the current on the sea was high. The strong wind or the tempest controlled over the ship. As a result, the ship was carried to a rich country. In the third stanza, the poet tells about the second ship. The second ship sailed towards the east. It sailed over a quaking sea. The sea was stirring due to high waves. The wind was chasing the ship like a beast, as the wild animal chases its prey during hunting. The stormy weather put the ship and its sailor to test. The ship was forced to drop anchor in captivity on a safe place. In fourth stanza, the poet tells about the third ship, that the third ship moved towards the north. It sailed over the darkening sea. The sky was cloudy and everything became dark. However, the sea also became darkened. The strong wind was not there. As the ship sailed towards the north, the temperature dropped down and frost covered the deck of the ship. The poet talks more about the third ship in fifth stanza, that is, the northern sky was cloudy. The sea kept roaring and producing waves. The sea is called proud as it kept on roaring, and it is also called unfruitful as they have no fish or other produce in it. So, the first ship that went to the west and the second ship that went to the east came back. The feeling of the people on board these ships may be one of the happiness or sadness. Philip Larkin repeatedly uses negative tone in the fifth and sixth stanza for the third ship, that is, when the third ship moved forward towards its destination, the weather was unfavorable. Still, the ship went far and wide into an unforgiving sea. The sea is called unforgiving. Now we have the message of the poem, Northship, or the central idea, the main idea of the poem. In this poem, Philip Larkin has compared the ship's journey to life, as it has many paths and we make different choices in our lives. In the same way, each of the ships chooses different directions to sail. I hope this poem stanza explanation will help you to solve the assignment number 1. In this, you have to draw a table in your copy like the one below, and it is on page number 142 of your book. In assignment number 2, you have to use the given words in a sentence of your own.